Trump just said to go out and buy assets like stocks, like crypto. Let's talk about that. We have more trade news as well. We have something earth-shattering that could be coming any minute. We have the reduction of China tariffs now on the table. The Trump administration is talking about this, and the New York Post is reporting that China tariffs could be cut significantly next week. We might even see another delay. We have Wall Street buying Bitcoin and Solana. We have Ethereum actually outpacing Bitcoin for the first time in a long time. Let's talk about all this. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this one. Trade down below at WEEX. You can start trading in just a few minutes. You can sign up. You don't need a VPN. You don't need a KYC. They have a bonus right now when you sign up with my link. Same thing with BTCC, Blowfin, BitUniX, and CoinW. You can start trading in just a few minutes. You can get outsized returns. Now, the markets are looking good today. Whether you're looking at Bitcoin at 101,000 or you're looking at VOO, which is back at $520. The S&P 500 up 1.1% today. The whole market is looking green. And part of this could be due to the trade deal that was announced today. The UK trade deal, showing that it's the first deal maybe of many. Trump also said to go out and buy stocks now. Like literally said that this morning. Go out and buy stocks now. This is ahead of, or this is right when he's saying too, that they're very close to announcing more trade deals. So like he's obviously trying to push the markets up. The last time Trump said to go out and buy stocks was right before the 90-day tariff, what was it called? Postponement. And then the market surged. Like it was the biggest day that we had ever seen, or that I had ever seen in the stock market. I think the NASDAQ was up 12 or 14%. Now we're not up that much today, but still 1 to 2% is pretty good with Bitcoin at 101,000. I'll take that. And yeah, we could be close to more trade deals. Trump also said just a few days ago that there's going to be a big announcement, not about trade, but something else that is going to be truly earth-shattering and a positive development for the country and for the people of this country. They still have not announced this. So they had the UK trade deal today. We have them meeting with, I think it's Bessent that's going to be meeting with China on Saturday. So we don't have too long to wait, but they said that this was going to be announced, this earth-shattering announcement was going to be between now and Monday. So who knows if they have another Sunday news pump. They seem to like doing that. Like on Sundays, Trump just tweets something about the economy or about policy. So who knows whether we're going to see some kind of short squeeze on the weekend. We could always see a long squeeze too. So like, don't get overly excited, right? It's fun when the market's going up. I was texting some friends about that. Like, it's fun to actually see your portfolios go up. Like it's been a little while, but yeah, just don't get drunk on the Kool-Aid, right? There's still uncertainty, but the Trump administration did disclose a reduction of Chinese tariffs ahead of Switzerland talks, according to the New York Post. China tariffs could be cut by 50 to 54% next week. So maybe down to like 100% tariffs. Who knows? But they are meeting on Saturday. Wall Street's also buying. Let me play this clip for you. They're buying IBIT and Solana.
Momentum dies, I'll reconsider.
You own it as well, right?
75 basis point position in portfolios. It's really an alpha play. This thing can really start to get going. It's good running into some resistance at the end of January level.
So they're talking about IBIT.
Moving to pass to vote on a bill about pegging some cryptocurrencies against the stablecoins against the dollar. So that's be interesting to see. But I personally do own some Solana, and if that gets going, I think there could be that's an interesting space.
You're going to get a Schwab announcement on crypto and brokerage accounts in the second half of this year. I think that's what they said. That's another tidal wave. In the meanwhile, you got 30 million users on Robinhood, and Robinhood makes most of its money in options and crypto. So the more that they show crypto to the people that are in it.
Okay, so they're talking about Robinhood there, but right at the beginning, they were even before, I think it started like 15 seconds in, they're talking about how they're buying IBIT. They're increasing their exposure to IBIT, which directly gives you exposure to Bitcoin. And yeah, like there are Wall Streeters. It's not just individual investors that are trying to get a hold of more Bitcoin, whether it's, trying to get exposure through MSTR or CEP, which is up These two are up 5 and 6% today, or ASST, which is up 125% today. These are all the new treasury companies. And then obviously IBIT up 5%, 5.35% today. Like across the board, Wall Street is going to want exposure to Bitcoin in a looser environment, right? When the Fed's lowering rates, when people want to go more risk on, when there's less worry about tariffs. And at the same time, banks can embrace Bitcoin as well. They were talking about Charles Schwab, which is obviously like a financial giant, but banks are coming as well. It's not just Fidelity and BlackRock and Charles Schwab. The OCC posted, regulated banks may buy and sell assets held in custody and are permitted to outsource bank permissible crypto asset activities, including custody and execution services. So we have regulatory bodies now saying that banks can embrace crypto. They don't need prior approval either. I think the Fed said that recently. Like, you can go create a crypto product without having a lot of prior approval, which is awesome. It just brings down the red tape, makes it easier for these companies to innovate, which I know some people don't want big companies and financial institutions to come into the crypto space. I think it brings in a lot of users. I think there will be some that maybe take a little bit of freedom away from crypto, but also if it can provide some safety, like how many people have been screwed on a different a different crypto project, or like Anchor Protocol, or through FTX or something like that. Like if this can bring in another billion Bitcoin holders and another 300 million Solana, Ethereum, Cardano, SUI holders, like I'm okay with it. I like it. I think it will be good for price, obviously, and it might just make it a little bit more regulated, a little bit more overseen. But obviously, that was going to happen if this takes off. And now, what do they say? First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win, and like this is the winning part. Winning is Bitcoin over 100,000 when every single entity, politician, financial institution, bank wants in. States coming in. So yeah, we have inflows. We'll have to watch for the end of the day how much the ETFs have in inflows today. Bitcoin dominance actually coming down a little bit. Even with Bitcoin over 101,000, just a little red candle. I saw a lot of people saying, oh, it looks like Bitcoin dominance is toppy. Bitcoin dominance coming down about 1% since the peak that was set this week. If we go down to the daily, like it's come down a little bit, but if we go 3 days ago, it was at the same Bitcoin dominance. So yes, a couple different cryptos actually outpacing Bitcoin. I think Ethereum had about an 11% day or something like that. It's bouncing off its recent bottoms. Benjamin Cohen says ETH with a nice bounce off of, quote, home, right? ETH coming home. So yeah, maybe a time where you do want to get a little bit more risk on. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's just going to depend on whether you think the market is going to continue moving up. If you think Bitcoin's going back to all-time highs and it's going to be at 150 by the end of the year, then yeah, like you'll probably do better in Ethereum, Solana, SUI, Cardano. Like these will outpace Bitcoin in that scenario. But I still think Bitcoin's a lot less risky. I'm still not of the opinion it makes sense to put large amounts in smaller altcoins, but I get why people are doing that too. I think you have to be very careful because there are still people that are just pepper spraying money at like crappy projects. But obviously there are going to be some that just do incredibly well. So I understand the risk reward. I understand why some people are buying the projects that they feel very strongly about. I think, there's still time. There's not a bunch of new people coming into crypto right now yet. We hit 110, 120, 130. Yeah, there are going to be newbies coming into crypto and buying your bags from you. So yeah, I still think you have time before a huge wave of new people come in, but that window's closing. Let me know your thoughts underneath the video. Again, if you want to trade, there are links to CoinW, WEEX, BTCC, Blowfin, BitUniX. You can check those out. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all soon.